Call the November meeting of the Board of Commissioners to order. Could everyone please stand and face the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call.
Gary Corlew, Tony Gross,
Here.
Jeff Lorenz,
Here.
Glenn Remick,
Here.
Bob Stoller,
Here.
Debbie Finch,
Here.
John Wallace is me, Martha Brooke Perry.
Here.
All right, the minutes from the October meeting have been circulated. Everyone's had a chance to look at them. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. The agenda's been circulated. Everyone's had a chance to look at it. I don't think we have any additions for tonight, do we? So do we have a motion to approve the November 16th agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Announcements from commissioners. Bob, would you like to start?
Good.
Jeff?
I'm excited to hear that the concrete tee pads are going to be slowly worked on here in the next week or so by H.V. Clark. And thinking and hoping that Gary gets better soon.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're all hoping for Gary's speedy recovery so he can join us again. All right. Community input and concerns. It does not look like there's anyone here. So, unless you'd like to share something with us. So, maybe at next month's meeting you can share us a holiday poem or something. So.
We'll do that.
Okay. All right. Department reports. They've been circulated. Do you guys have anything to add to the reports for tonight? No. All right. Legal.
Don't have anything to add.
Okay. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, we have first reading of ordinance 17-010, amending and reaffirming ordinance 92-003, granting a franchise to Greater Dixon Gas Authority, because this has finally happened.
Finally, yes.
Do you have anything to add to this before we vote?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Everything looks good to me and in order.
Great. Do we have a motion to approve on first reading ordinance 17-010?
Motion to approve on first reading ordinance 17-010.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. All right, B, discussion of town's current 10-year road plan and potential for an dated study of town road conditions and paving needs by Collier Engineering. I assume, John, you've...
Yes, sir. We, as a staff, were discussing our paving needs and what we were going to do in the spring, and it was the general consensus that West Kingston Springs Road from Lawrence Foods to the Main Street here was the next roadway to be paved, and we started to discuss the 10-year road plan, which was drafted initially in 2009, so it's closing into that 10-year period. The 10-year road plan was built more as a guide than anything else, because things happen, stuff deteriorates more than other stuff, or needs change. So because we're getting to the end of that 10-year period, we wanted to make sure that we were actually paving the roads that need to be paved most. And while the consensus is West Kingston Springs, before we spent the money on paving that, we thought maybe it would be a thought to get some feedback from the engineer on a road study to see what our roads currently look like, to make sure that we are addressing the concerns that need to be addressed first, second, third, that kind of thing. So West Kingston Springs Road, which was the consensus, still could be the first thing that we pay. Then we could go through Collier and get their assessment of the condition of the roads from that. Their initial estimate was, I think, $5,500 for a study that would give us an indication of what they thought the conditions of the roads were. Their study goes in the road conditions, the materials needs, the traffic patterns on those roads to see which ones would be next after that, next after that.
Yeah.
So So we just wanted to bring it up. It's something that we wouldn't be able to pave until spring anyway.
Mhm.
It's something that we could discuss even at retreat if you wanted to do that. But we just thought we would, it was a discussion that the staff had, so we thought we'd bring it to you.
Well, what would be the timeline on a study like this?
Their study, as far as from start to finish on how long it would take for them to make the study,
Mhm.
a week's time, 2 weeks.
Okay.
They have a scoring system here, this chart, 2009 score. How does that score relate? Do you know?
Yeah, there's no key.
Yeah, I'm not specific, I don't know exactly what they used in 2009 when they did this. My guess would be, and it would just be a guess, just similar to what I said, it would be the condition of the road, the length of the road, the amount of traffic on that road at any given time. Probably just basic elements like that. And I say that because as I was speaking with Jeff Stevens at Collier about doing the new study, those are the things that he indicated that he would consider when doing the study.
Okay, roadway surface, is there the ditch itself next to the road that runs parallel to the road? Is that something that's considered or something that he would generate, or you have ditch work that needs to be done with roads?
Primarily
that
for
run
Collier,
related?
it would just be the surfacing of the road.
Okay.
And then any kind of the ditches or the,
Water flow?
yeah, the culverts, that kind of thing, it would be something that the town would take care of.
Okay.
I will
Question.
share with you all this, and Donna talked about it too. We talked to the previous city manager and to previous public works, and neither one of them ever used this. I just kind of felt like it was wasted. But the only reason that John and I were talking about it is because you had experienced people that could go out there and look at that road and they could tell when it's coming apart and when it's time to do something. You've got people on staff now that, I don't know that, John doesn't know that. So, we didn't know if we were the best to be deciding that kind of stuff.
So this new proposed study, how is it going to differ from the current 10-year plan that we're working off of that we're not actually working off? Are we just looking at like a revised version of the same thing?
It would be, it'd be sort of a revised version.
Okay,
So
just
it'd
kind of
be
like
an official gut feeling.
a reassessment of the roads, and I mean, like, this is $5,500. What does that entail? Do they come out here and drive all the roads and check them out?
That's what it
and,
says on the sheet.
Come out and drive the road.
Okay, here you go.
test them out.
Oh,
For testing.
And I guess what I'm saying is that those people previous to us had that experience and could pretty much so do that themselves, so they didn't feel the need to have this.
Right.
and we don't have anyone you think on Public Works right now that's knowledgeable enough to.
Not that have the experience and that others have had in the past that can look at a road and say, well, it's alligatoring, or it's doing this, or it's doing that. It's got about 5 more years left. And there were some people, even Tony Campbell and I spoke today, and he can do something like that, look at a road and tell you about how much life it's got left in it.
Mhm.
What do we have earmarked for paving in this budget? Is it
200,
234,000,
Okay.
and then more out of,
yeah, I think it's close to about 260, 280, isn't it?
total.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we forewent whatever.
Because usually we budget 140,000
Right.
a year for
Right.
paving, and we didn't do it last year and saved that into this year, so we had, it's about a $280.
One of the things I would like to get on next
$280, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
next month is, I think we need to do our paving in the spring. We need to line it up in the spring. We wait until July, August, or September like the last 2 or 3 years, right? And
Well, then it always gets kicked to the next year.
Sure,
It's kind of a
Sure.
yeah.
And on the subject of paving, some of these, Mount Pleasant, for example, has that high iron content, which leaves that rust.
That rust spot on it.
Rust spots on it. I don't know if this is beneficial or detrimental or Is it just visibly
Everybody always wants to know why the
Cosmetic.
roads look like.
cosmetic? Is it just, I mean,
I mean, I think it
Do we
is.
try to
probably-
avoid
it
that in
is
the
probably
future?
primarily cosmetic, but it is
do we?
something people notice.
Yeah, we can work with Jeff to see why that's there and,
I mean, it may have just been how they mixed that asphalt that.
That had
Time or-
iron in it.
so,
Just food for thought.
right, and
Kind of guide us
we
what
will-
y'all like to do.
What do you guys think about this? Should we do? I mean, you know,
How
we've
much
got
would Tony
we've got
Campbell charge?
limited. What?
How much would Tony Campbell charge?
Yeah, we just get Tony to do a volunteer project.
He's gonna tell you.
Yeah, he'll tell us anyway. I'm sure he's already done this assessment, but
Edit.
hopefully he doesn't watch these videos.
So, I do think we need a professional opinion to at least line us out for.
But I'd
the
like
2
to,
years.
well, my thing too though is I'd like to get it done though, because I don't wanna delay paving projects this
No,
spring. Like, we need to have whatever it is, we need to have a game plan in place by time to go this spring, so.
what do we have to bid, 60 days? We have to put out a bid for how long, 60 days or 30?
I don't, is there a time?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't
I
know.
mean, if we wanted to be first on the list to get paved in March or April, we'd have to put it out to bid probably February.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm thinking
500
it's 30
bucks.
days,
It's
if that's
just-
the time.
Yeah.
That's what I
It seems like a lot, I mean, just for 5 days of work.
of work, yeah. Well,
Okay, so
an
you all,
engineer.
if that's what you want to do, then you all are gonna have to approve, because that's not budgeted. So you all are gonna have to approve funding to do.
So we
is there any
have
more conversation about
We
this?
we
I've
have to
heard-
make a motion
Jeff,
first before
Blaine?
we discuss or what?
Well, we
So
can make a motion and have a discussion. I mean, we're kinda, I mean, the agenda item we are on right now is called discussion.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool, all right.
Well, is
So-
there anyone else that would be cheaper at this price? I mean, it seems like a lot of money for such a simple report, especially when you have already one that's done prior to reference too. It just seems like a lot of money for an analysis.
And I can also go back to Jeff and, see if that's his best option to, and we can look and
I mean, is this a brand new report, or is it just kind of a revision of this one? I mean, I can kind of see Glenn's point is like, what are we getting
Because
exactly
we
for
have data here
$5,500?
already,
Maybe if you,
and
Well, you know, I think they're gonna come out and reevaluate all the
I
budgets.
was gonna say, was this report done in 2009?
Yeah.
The budget year? I don't know much about paving, but a lot of these roads that may be first on the list may have held up better, as, you know, and some of them that they thought were gonna hold up better may be worse. I'm not one that can evaluate it.
I'm not either, you know, but then you always kind of wonder what's a 10-year plan worth if it turns out. You know, I don't know. Yeah, if a 10-year plan doesn't last 10 years, then it's not really a 10-year plan.
Well, I
Yeah.
can't really say that it didn't last. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that the others felt experienced enough that they
They
didn't find a
felt they
use
could
for
just
it.
go look at it and,
They didn't have a use for this, the one we have?
you know.
They didn't use it. They just evaluated it themselves and, you know,
well,
Well, and I think a lot of our past paving was even commissions would make a lot of those decisions. They'd just from like, hey, we were out
Once-
driving and that road looked bad.
and once we patched it a few times, we realized, yeah, it needs to be done
and that's
next.
kind
It
of what they
seems,
did.
if it's just asphalt,
I
not,
mean, they just know it. I mean, I had got Lori to ride with me. It is a, you know, when I ride down on West Kingston Springs Road, I think, what's the deal? You know, it looks like it's in good shape to me. But, you know, it just took the one drive with her to say, well, you see this? Well, this is, the road is separating. So then when you go through winter, the water's gonna get in there and it's gonna start coming apart. I mean, they could just peg it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've been driving back and forth over it, and I just didn't even know how to look for it.
Well, what was your advice of the previous city manager and the previous public works director when they thought, did they think that it's a useful tool for us now to have a revised 10-year plan? They don't.
But once again, I stress you, you have two people that were
We-
experienced in
yeah.
this. We do not know. And I mean, so if the board feels comfortable enough to say, hey, when it comes to budget time, if we think we ought to do this road, this road, this road, then that's what we'll do. But, no, it's not a tool that they've used.
Will it be a tool that we will use too, so.
Probably not.
Well, what does the board think?
And this was presented as a discussion item, so
Okay.
it's,
It's a discussion. Okay. Well, we've had a
I
discussion.
like to
I guess
continue,
we
I like
can-
to research and just look
I mean,
it over and see.
I mean,
But-
is there something else you would like for us to find out, get more information for you, or, do you all feel well enough to just make those decisions as we get into budget time?
I feel that's very, it's expensive, for what's being generated and how it would be used in the future, and if we will use it. So I'm more concerned about the amount. When we seem to have experts in the community who definitely would inform us of roads in need, which would override anything that we predicted. And we do have data here that goes all the way to, 2020, 26. I mean, we have a report already generated here.
Well, those experts in the community have all indicated previously and frequently indicate that West Kingston.
Yes, I think we are in
Should be
agreement.
next on.
I've been had that indication made to me by numerous individuals many times. So, and of course, I think that our plan was to do something about that stretch. I mean, that is the most. I mean, everybody just about that lives here has to drive over that a couple times a day. So, well, why don't we? Then we had a discussion. I think we know what we're going to be doing as far as paving this spring goes. So I think we need to be ready to roll on that, and then let's maybe revisit this at retreat. Look at what we're gonna do.
But I would like to know from Collier what exactly
Yeah.
they're doing. What is their scope of work to do this?
Yeah. Well, if we could get some more details from Collier for retreat, that would be ideal, I think. All right, item C, and this is actually a little bit exciting. Discussion of updated T-Tot proposal to fund the replacement of the South Harpeth Road Bridge over Brush Creek. There's been some changes to this, and it looks like we're going to maybe get a bridge out of the new deal here, which is good. I guess the good things came to those of us that waited. So,
I'll give you a quick background if you will, and then I'll turn it over to Martha Brooke. We were approached by TDOT with the Governor's Improve Act. The South Harpeth Road Bridge over Brush Creek was added to their top 50 list, or top however many top list. Anyway, it was added to their initial 3-year plan. So they approached us again and said that along with the federal grant that was initially in place, they would cover the local cost, they as in TDOT, and there would be no cost to the municipality if we would like to go ahead and proceed. And we said yes. So Martha Brooke then, they sent over a contract. Martha Brooks reviewed that, had some conversations with TDOT, made some minor changes, and we seem to be pleased with the contract as it reads now. So it's a matter of signing it and having TDOT start building us a new bridge.
which is what going to happen in the next
5 to 10 years probably.
5 to 10 years. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a short timeline there. That's like lightning speed. So.
We
5
might
to
be
10.
able to get the call your engineering to take a look and see when we have to repave it.
Did you have anything to add, Martha?
No, I was satisfied with,
Yeah.
I had a couple little tweaks and got that ironed out with TDOT, the contract, and basically, we're under no obligation to do anything, so, if you all, your city manager is authorized to execute contracts, but if you all wanted to just do a confirming resolution authorizing her to sign that contract and get it rolling, you can do that too, whatever your pleasure.
Whatever's quicker.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have no problem. Go ahead, I guess, Debbie.
I like free.
Yeah.
Quick.
All right, item D, request to approve reimbursements for secondary water meters. So a motion,
Motion to approve reimbursements for secondary water meters.
second.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add? I know everyone wants to watch this football game, apparently.
Just real quick, Mr. Mayor, Kingston Electric will be here tomorrow, so we will be hanging our Christmas ornaments on the poles a little bit earlier than we
Okay.
normally do this year, but with their schedule, if we didn't get them tomorrow, it might be the middle of December before we got them back. So they're gracious enough to come over and help us put them up, so we're gonna take them up on their offer.
Great.
Okay. Some people will have issues with it, but.
Yes.
Do they come on regardless, right? So
Once they're
will.
up, they're up.
Yeah, oh well.
The festive pumpkins on Marylock seem to be a hit.
They do.
Yeah, they
On
do.
the
They
rocks.
do. You should light them up now.
That's, yeah. Thinking, what can we do next? Yeah.
Anything else? All right. Reminders: South Cheatham Public Library Christmas tree lighting is November 30th. That'll be 1 week from
Thanksgiving.
next Thursday. 2 weeks from tonight. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you all there then. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.